From time to time, Dennis and Juan have to travel to meet with potential clients to inspect their boats in person. They do this so they can get a better understanding of what the scope of work might be. Too often, the story changes from the phone call to the visual inspection. Today, their work brings them to beautiful Key West, Florida to do just that. Not a bad day at the office, wouldn't you say?
I have a charter company in Key West, Florida called Restless Native Charters. Spent about a year doing charters, and I learned a lot about boats, a lot about what happens to them, and a lot about how Mother Nature's trying to sink the damn thing. So this guy, Brad, he let me know this guy named Dennis Foster. He encouraged me to contact his general manager, a guy named Juan Acosta, and we had a great conversation on the phone. Super sharp guy. He set up a meeting with Dennis.
So I get a phone call from a guy out in the Keys that wants me to come and look at his boat. Me and Juan get in our truck and make the 3.5, 4-hour drive all the way down to the Keys to view this vessel.
Looks like the guys from Foster's are here. And we're gonna show them, oh, whoa, right there. Surprise, surprise. I was just coming out to get you boys.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What are you doing?
Let's look at the boat, man. I'm ready to go. I can see you got damage right off the bat.
Well, did you read the list?
Yeah, I got the list, bro.
Well, some of us
I always look at a list, but when I get to the boat, it's usually different.
Let's get these guys on board and see if they know a thing or two about boats. How was the drive, boys?
Oh, the drive was good, yeah. It was a little slow. I had a bunch of slow asses. Hey, Marcos, how you doing, buddy?
They haven't been all day. We need to get
Hey, listen, man,
done.
you guys need to get on there before I have a fucking fit.
they
Tell
gotta
them to
move
go
all
pound
their
fucking sand. They need to get on there and start putting up that scaffolding. They've had many time. There's nobody there again today, and I keep getting yelled at by the fucking captain every day because you guys ain't doing their damn job.
Anybody want to work in the boat business? And they just walked from bow to stern and told me everything that was wrong with it, everything that had to be repaired or addressed for not only safety concerns, but also to preserve my investment, and then aesthetic. This is the major blemish right here. This happened from the collision.
That's FRP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to disconnect that, get that thing off, and then grind it out. Look, it's split all the way to here.
This used to be a cover for the seats.
Yes, it was a fastener.
Yeah.
So whatever you think that we can do to make that cosmetically a little cooler.
Yeah, you stagger out the laminates and tie it in and stagger it one after another, and then it won't happen again.
And just glue
Unless
over,
you crash it or somebody hits it again.
and glue over fiberglass.
And then you can see the work here from. Did you see how all these voids are in here that are starting to collapse?
You see where you
Oh, yeah.
chips on the gel coat?
Yep.
That could be easily repaired because we could fill that in, re-gel coat it, buff it out. But when it's non-skin, this is almost impossible to match.
Now look down. It looks like somebody hit it with a ball peen hammer. Yeah. Those are all voids that have collapsed.
The exterior, the paintwork, the rub rail, the back of the transom, the ladder, the interior locking system, the floors, the corrosion all over the doors that opens up, and because the doors are aluminum and metal. We looked at the teak decks, we looked at some of the sails and the mast. So me and Juan got a list and what I call a scope of work.
See, now the window goes back. Either way doesn't work.
I wait till we get in the ship right now.
Yeah. See the other one coming down? Panel's warped. That shouldn't have been a center button, should have been two buttons here. Center button's good if you got one like this, but even the same thing's happening. See? Two would have been ideal. Everything has a travel path. So your leak might be over here, but you don't really see it over there because it travels down here and comes out at the entry point of wherever there's a break, a leak, or a seam, or a gap. So every water has a travel path. And a lot of that times it might be affecting certain different panels. It might not even be this panel. This just might be one of the what I call subjects of it. So it'll come over here, the water will get here, but it's really traveling all the way down here to get out. If it has no exit point on the travel path for water, it'll load up and belly up until it just pushes the panel down and comes out.
With the owner, and he kind of went over what some of his concerns were and what he was looking to achieve when the boat got to the shipyard.
Getting to know Dennis for a little while, I've learned that his inability to say no, or I can't, or I won't, or I shouldn't, or anything even remotely like that is his kryptonite. He can't say he can't do something. He's open for any kind of challenge.
At the end of the day, I got plenty of confidence. You need a cup or two?
I brought my boat to Foster's Yacht Services in Fort Lauderdale, and that was a real fun adventure for me because I single-handed the boat by myself, solo sailing from Key West, Florida, up Hawks Channel, all the way to Fort Lauderdale.
This whack job sails the boat by himself all the way from the Keys. No crew, you got nobody helping you, nobody tossing lines, nobody to even talk to. You're by yourself, and I think it's at nighttime he took the boat. You can't even see half the stuff.
That's Miami on the horizon there. That is not sunrise. Just coming up on it at about 5:30 a.m. and we have to go.
I send my guy Juan down to the 15th Street Pier so that he could help Brad navigate down the New River.
Fascinating trip, all of the most beautiful houses you're ever gonna see.
All the drawbridges that are opening up and the ones that aren't opening up and what time they open up so we can get down there and get safely to Lauderdale Marine Center.
I think it had been a while since Juan had been up the New River because as he was sort of being my pilot, I think he forgot that there's a pretty active sandbar there that moves around.
Juan helps him and assists him to run aground and bounce his props off the sandbar right there at the 15th Street.
As soon as I met the general manager of Foster's, he steers me right into a sandbar.
Right in front of everybody. Way to go. Thanks a lot, Juan. It was coming to Lauderdale Marine Center to get fixed anyway, so I guess it's just another task on the list.
Finally, we get to Lauderdale Marine Center, which is arguably the greatest maritime facility for super yachts in the world. They hauled the boat out of the water and just began breaking it down.
And there goes the start of Aria.
As the old saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But unfortunately for Juan, that first step was a rough one. How will the team handle the scope of work for Aria as the weeks ahead unfold?